This is the story of the Three Little Pigs. This is a traditional fairy tale, and this version is written and illustrated by a man called Ian Beck. And there's our three little pigs. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time lived a mother pig with her three little pigs. They lived happily together, but their mother pig was very poor, so she decided to send the three little pigs into the world to seek their fortunes. They set off in the sunshine, and each carried a few treasures and some turnip tops for their lunch. After a while they reached the crossroads, and each pig went down a different path. The first little pig met a man carrying a very large bundle of straw. "Excuse me," he said, "would you give me some straw so I may build a house?" "Certainly," said the man, "it's making me sneeze. Achoo!" The happy little pig built his house of straw and settled down to his new life. And soon there was a knock at the door. "Who's there?" asked the little pig. "It's me, your friend, the wolf. Won't you let me in?" he said in a growly voice. "No," said the little pig, "not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." So the wolf said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." And he huffed and he puffed, and down fell the straw house, and the poor little pig ran off as fast as he could. The second little pig had met a man who was carrying a bundle of sticks. "Excuse me," he said, "would you give me those sticks so I may build myself a house?" "Of course," replied the man. "I've forgotten why I was carrying them in the first place." So the second little pig built his house of sticks. But soon there was a tap at the door. "Who is this?" said the little pig. "It's me, your brother," said a worried voice. "Do let me in." So the second little pig opened the door, and in fell his brother. He was out of breath, and just as he was about to speak, there came a big, loud knock at the door. "Who's there?" asked the little pigs. "It's me," growled a sly voice. "Open the door and let me in." "Never," cried the two little pig. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chin shall you never come in." So the wolf said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed, and the house of sticks blew apart, and the two little pigs ran off as fast as they could. The third little pig had done exactly the same as his brothers. He walked happily along the road and soon met a man who was pulling a cart laden with heavy bricks and bags of cement. "Excuse me," he said, "but might you spare me those bricks and some cement? They're just what I need to build a safe little house." "Well, I'd be glad to," said the man, pulling his load. "Pulling this load is hard work," he said. So the third little pig built his house. It had 4 square walls and a fine chimney. He'd just settled down inside when there came a tap at the door. "Who's there?" he asked. "It's us. It's your brothers. Please let us in," they said. The pig opened the door and in they tumbled. They were very out of breath. Then just as they started to speak, there came a loud knock at the door. "Who's there?" said the little pigs. "It's me," said a gruff voice. "Open the door and let me in." "Never," cried the three little pigs. "Not by every hair on our chinny chin chins. You shall never, never come in." So we know what the wolf said, don't we? What did he say? "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, and then I shall come in and eat you up." The wolf drew in his breath. He huffed and he puffed and he huffed until he could blow no more, but the little house stood firm. The wolf was worn out. He was hungry and cross. "I shall find another way in," he snarled. He began to climb on the roof. "He's going to come down the chimney," said the first little pig. "What shall we do?" said the second little pig. "I know," said the third little pig. "We must build a fire." So they set to, and soon they had a good fire blazing. The wolf lowered himself down the chimney. As his bottom inched downwards, so the flames inched upwards, until suddenly, yow! The wolf's bottom and tail was scorched, and he shot up out of the chimney like a sparkling rocket. The three little pigs were never troubled by the wolf again. They lived happily in the little brick house, and soon they sent for their mother, and they all lived happily together for as long as they could, which was a very long time. And that's the story of the three little pigs.